problem 8-55 from section 8.1.3. For each of the following polynomial expressions, find the degree, list the coefficients, and then label them a sub 0 through a sub n. Refer to the example in the math notes box on the page about polynomial notation. So what we're going to do here is we're going to label the degree, which we should be able to do that by now for all of these. I'm just going to do a couple of them. Let's see. We'll do A, we'll do D, and we'll do E. Okay. So for A, the polynomial, the degree of the polynomial is the highest coefficient. So whether it's multiplied out like this already, the highest degree is x to the fourth, so it's degree 4. Okay. And then the next part says, list the coefficients and label them a sub 0 through a through n. So a sub n is like the highest degree. So the highest coefficient, so the one with the highest exponent, which we'll call a sub 4 because it's degree 4, the coefficient in front of the x to the fourth power is a 6. Okay? The coefficient in front of the x to the third power is negative 3. The coefficient in front of x squared, or the second like degree power, there would be 5. Let's see, next would be a to the first, which is just next to the regular x. Where it would be a 1 in front of that x. A sub 0 is the constant term. Constant term is 8 right here. Okay, so that's for part A. That's what labeling means. It's in the math notes. There's an example there that does a good job of telling you that. So let's look at D next. So I'm not going to do all of them. D. The degree is, this one's in factored form, so I have an x. If I multiply it out, I put x times x times x, which gives me x to the third power. So it's a degree 3. Okay. And this one's going to be more helpful to multiply it out because the coefficient in front of x to the third power, we don't really have technically an x to the third in this problem as it is. So I'm going to multiply this out. So we have x times this x minus 3 and x minus 5. So I'm going to multiply the two binomials first. So I'm going to have an x squared minus 3x minus 5x plus 15. Okay, if we can combine those like terms, x squared minus 8x plus 15. So then we're going to multiply all that times x still, because we still have this out here. So we just give everything an extra x. So x to the third minus 8x squared plus 15x. Alright, so now we want to label these coefficients. So it was degree 3, so a to the third, a sub 3, sorry, is what's the coefficient in front of x to the third? Well, that's a 1. It's not really written there. Thing in front of x squared is a negative 8. In front of x to the first is a 15. Now we're always going to have an a sub 0, which is my constant term. There are no constant terms in here, so it's going to be worth 0. A sub 0 is worth 0. Okay? Last one I want to do is part E, which is just, the polynomial is just x. So this would be degree 1. So like x to the first power. So we have a sub 1. We always start where the degree is. So for D, I started with a sub 3 because it was degree 3. On part A, I started with a sub 4 because it was degree 4. Okay, so you start with the coefficient of the degree number, which is the highest exponent. So a sub 1, which is the number in front of x, is just a 1. And I also always have a sub 0, which is my constant. In this case, there is no constant. So that's all I have for that one. So make sure, look at the math notes, and be sure that you do the rest of these, not just the 3 that I did here, but you should start with the degree number, a sub, the degree, and then go down from there, and always end with a sub 0, which is your constant term.